Good morning friends. In previous classes we have discussed about the Fourier transformation, the complex Fourier transformation, the Fourier sine and the Fourier cosine transformation, as well as the Fourier inverse Fourier transformation, inverse Fourier cosine transformation and inverse Fourier sine transformation. Also we have used the Fourier transformation to find the values of some important integrals. Today we are also going to find the value of an important integral which is given by this problem. First we have to find the Fourier transformation of a function. First find the Fourier transformation of the function fx, which is defined as 1 minus x square if mod of x is less than 1 and 0 if mod of x is greater than 1. And then we have to calculate the integral 0 to infinite x cos x minus sin x upon x cube cos x by 2 dx. The solution of the problem. First we have to find the Fourier transformation of the given function. If we let that the Fourier transformation of the function is fp, then fp is equals to 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus infinite to infinite e raised to iota px fx dx. Now since the function is given in different intervals, the value of the function is different in different intervals. So we will break this integral in those intervals in which the function is defined. So if we break this integral, then this is minus infinite to minus 1 e raised to iota px fx dx plus minus 1 to 1 e raised to iota px fx dx plus 1 to infinite e raised to iota px fx dx. The value of the function in the first and this third interval is 0. So only the value of the function remains in the middle integral. So the value is equals to 1 upon root 2 pi. The value remains in the middle interval, and that middle interval is minus 1 to plus 1. So this is minus 1 to 1. Now if we integrate this one by parts, then we get 1 upon root 2 pi e raised to integration of e raised to iota px is e raised to iota px upon iota p into 1 minus x square, and the limits are from minus 1 to 1 plus twice of minus 1 to 1 x e raised to iota px upon iota p dx. The first value or the first term is equals to 0, and we get this one as 2 upon root 2 pi. 2 upon root 2 pi into 1 upon iota p outside the integral. Now if you integrate this one, then we get e raised to iota px upon iota p into x minus integral minus 1 to 1. The differentiation of x is 1 and e raised to iota px upon iota p is the integral of this one. So 1 upon iota p, the differentiation of x is 1. So minus 1 to 1 e raised to iota p. Iota p is taken outside the integral. So e raised to iota p x upon iota p is the value into dx. Now this is limit, the limit is minus 1 to 1. So this is equals to 2 upon root 2 pi into 1 upon iota p x e raised to iota px upon iota p. The limits are from minus 1 to 1 minus 1 upon iota p. Now the integration of e raised to iota px is e raised to iota px upon iota p, and the limits are from minus 1 to 1. Now solving this, we get 2 upon root 2 pi into 1 upon iota p. Putting the limits as x is equals to 1, so this is e raised to iota p, e raised to iota p minus e raised to minus iota p upon iota p minus 1 upon iota p into e raised to iota p minus e raised to minus iota p upon iota p. This is plus rather. This is plus. So we get it as 2 upon root 2 pi 1 upon iota p. E raised to iota p plus e raised to minus iota p is cos p. So 2 cos p rather this one. So 2 cos p upon iota p minus minus plus 1 upon p square. This is minus minus iota square is 1 p square, and this is equals to 2 iota sin p upon 2 iota sin rather this one. So multiplying this one we get 2 upon root 2 pi multiplying 1 upon iota p. So this is equals to minus. So this is minus 2 cos p upon p square, and iota is cancelled, plus 1 upon, so 2 sin p upon p cube. 2 sin p upon p cube. The sign is if you put the limits are, this is 1 iota p, this is iota p, e raised to iota p x e raised to iota px minus plus e raised to minus iota p upon iota p minus 1 upon iota p e raised to iota p minus e raised to minus iota p upon iota p. So this is equals to 2 upon root 2 pi 1 upon iota p. This is 2 cos p upon iota p minus plus 1 upon p square. So solving this one we get 2 outside. If we take 2 outside this one, then we get this is 2 rather. This is 2 upon root 2 pi. What is this one? This is 2x, 2 upon 2 pi. 2 upon 2 pi. So this is equals to 2 upon minus of 2 upon 2 pi into minus taken outside this one p cos p minus sin p upon p cube into 2 rather. So this is equals to minus 2 under root 2 upon pi into p cos p minus sin p upon p cube number 1. This is f. So if we find first the Fourier transformation of the given function, then the Fourier transformation of the function is minus 2 under root 2 upon pi p cos p minus sin p upon p cube, which is the first part. Now to find the value of the integral, we use the inverse Fourier transformations. As we know that if Fourier transformation of fx is fp, then the inverse Fourier transformation of fp is fx. So fx is equals to 1 upon root 2 pi integration minus infinite to infinite e raised to minus iota px fp. So putting the value of fp, we get it as 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus infinite to infinite e raised to minus iota px. fp is minus 2 root 2 upon pi p cos p minus sin p upon p cube into dx. Or we can say that fx is equals to minus of 2 upon pi integral minus infinite to infinite p cos p minus sin p upon p cube into e raised to iota px can be written as cos px. E raised to iota px can be written as cos px minus iota sin px. E raised to minus rather this one cos px minus iota sin px dx. Now equating the real parts. We get fx is equals to minus 2 upon pi integral minus infinite to infinite p cos p minus sin p upon p cube into cos px dx. Or we get integral minus infinite to infinite p cos p minus sin p upon p cube into cos px dx is equals to minus pi by 2 into fx. Or we can write it as, since the left hand side is the even function, so we can write it as twice of integral 0 to infinite p cos p minus sin p upon p cube into cos px dx is equals to minus pi by 2 into fx. Fx is equals to 1 minus x square if mod x is less than 1 and 0 if mod x is greater than 1. So if we put x is equals to 1 by 2, if we put it x is equals to 1 by 2, then the value of function is 1 minus x square. So this is equals to integral 0 to infinite p cos p minus sin p upon p cube into cos p by 2 into cos p by 2. Rather this is dp, this is dp, this is dp. Fx is equals to, this is also dp, this is dp by the inverse Fourier transformation. So p cos p minus sin p upon p cube cos p by 2 into dp is equals to minus pi by 4 into 1 minus 1 by 4, and this is equals to minus 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4, so this is 3 by 18 minus 3 pi by 16 rather 3 pi by 16. Now if we replace p by x, then we get integral 0 to infinite x cos x minus sin x upon x cube into cos x by 2 dx is equals to minus 3 pi by 16, which is the value of the required integral. So in this manner we can find the Fourier transformation as well as the value of some important integrals with the help of the Fourier transformations. Thank you very much.